Well, good morning. It's, what is it, Tuesday morning. I'm here outside and moving Courtney into college this morning and then off to the church to see what I can get into. But we're reading from Acts 19:35 through 41, the rest of chapter 19. When the town clerk had quieted the crowd, he said, "Men of Ephesus, who is there who does not know that the city of the Ephesians is the temple keeper of the great Artemis and of the sacred stone that fell from the sky? Seeing then that these things cannot be denied, you ought to be quiet and do nothing rash. For you have brought these men here who are neither sacrilegious nor blasphemers of our goddess. If therefore Demetrius and the craftsmen with him have a complaint against anyone, the courts are open, and there are proconsuls. Let them bring charges against one another. But if you seek anything further, it shall be settled in the regular assembly. For we really are in danger of being charged with rioting today, since there is no cause that we can give to justify this commotion." And when he'd said these things, he dismissed the assembly. So this is the riot at Ephesus, and this is the conclusion of it. The town clerk stands up and says, "Look, these people aren't denying our goddess or doing anything blasphemous, and we all know that, we have this big temple and everything, so what's the problem? If Demetrius, the silversmiths, the others have a problem with these Christians, then take them to court. But otherwise, y'all need to go home." Now, I guess there was a time in American history when something like that would have been reasonable. If you don't like something, go to court. If you otherwise, go home. We've seen a lot of protesting the last couple of years and riots at the Capitol and stuff, and you just kind of wonder sometimes what people are thinking, or if they're thinking, or if they're just joining into the thinking, the mob think of the crowd. Well, so be that as it may, what happens in Ephesus is that the clerk recognizes that the temple of Artemis is a great thing. The goddess of Artemis is a great goddess, and there's some stone that fell from the sky that they think is sacred, and all these things. You can't deny any of that. It's just right there in front of you. And so, okay, then what have these people done? They haven't said anything about Artemis. They've just said, we worship a different god. So if you don't like that, too bad. And so they go home. And I think that's one way to handle things, and I think that's the right way to handle a crowd that's out of control. It's also a way to handle these things, because you see, if they kept it up, the Romans, and there was surely a Roman garrison there, and Ephesus was a fairly important town, so there's going to be some Romans there, and Romans are going to come down from wherever they are barracked, and they're going to surround this crowd, and they're not going to ask a lot of questions. In Jerusalem, they were always terrified that somebody would start something in the temple, and the soldiers would just come down the steps and kill a bunch of people and then ask questions. And that's what they're afraid of in Ephesus as well. So, excuse me, be thankful that we don't live in a society where soldiers shoot first and ask questions later. And let's give thanks for that, and we'll continue with chapter 20 in the morning. So we'll see you then. Have a great day.